I expect the staircase to completely sweep the Emmys in every possible category. Let's recap the series finale of HBO's 8-part miniseries, The Staircase. In the opening scene, Jean's camera is rolling and focusing in on Michael as he makes his final decision to accept the Alford plea. And Michael makes Jean promise not to tell Sophie. Now, we are mid-conversation, so we don't know exactly what secret Michael wants to protect until it's revealed in the documentary, but he makes Jean promise not to tell Sophie whatever this is and to let her see it in the documentary. This entire season, Michael has relied on other people to reveal his tea or his secrets, like the time when he asked his brother Bill to sit his kids down and let them know about his sexuality. In this episode, we see that in Martha, she is afraid to spill her tea to her sister Margaret, and she is dating online. So when a match pops up on her cell phone, she asks her sister Margaret to look at it as a way to sort of come out of the closet and reveal that she is interested in women. And Margaret does, and sort of feels relief, confirming that her sister Martha is a lesbian. So it was sort of confirmation. They're cool about it. And then we switch gears to flashback to the day before Kathleen's death. Kathleen looks so defeated and exhausted. She calls her sister Candace. Kathleen fantasizes about dropping everything and jetting off to Turks and Caicos. Candace snaps Kathleen back into reality because they have obligations, and she knows that they can't just drop everything and jet off on vacation. But a spontaneous trip might have kept Kathleen alive. We'll never know. We stay in 2001 before Kathleen's death. Michael and Kathleen attend her company's extravagant holiday party. In this episode, we see that she is trying her best to enjoy the festivities. It's right before Christmas. Kathleen's neck is aching her. In previous episodes, we've seen her wear a neck brace. So the theory is that Kathleen clumsily lost her balance and fell down the stairs, broke her neck, and that's how she died. But in this scene, Kathleen goes to the restroom. She takes a painkiller so that she and Michael could enjoy this party and dance all night. Parker Posey has scenes in this finale. Freda Black happens to be at this holiday party. She and Kathleen cross paths in the restroom. It seems odd when Freda tells Kathleen to enjoy her Prince Charming. Then we switch gears again and flash back to Michael's 2011 hearing. The courtroom looks different than his murder trial. Now, his kids are 8 years older, and he's got a partner, Sophie, who's behind him showing support. Candace, which is Kathleen's sister, Candace enters with Kathleen's daughter, Caitlin. They have been at the hip since the beginning of Michael's trial. They're disgraced at the sight of Sophie, surprised that, knowing everything she knows, that she is willing to date a killer. Judge Orlando Hudson enters, the same judge from the beginning all the way through all of the trials. Jump cut to the 2017 hearing to enter the Alford plea. 6 more years pass. Sophie's there. Caitlin's there. Candace is there. None of Michael's kids are. This hearing is before Judge Orlando Hudson. He's been here the entire trial since Michael was charged. He's heard and overseen all of the hearings and the trial. Candace wants to be heard. She rips Michael over Kathleen's death. It bounces back and forth from 2011 to 2017, highlighting Candace's victim statements before the court. Alford Schmalford, Michael's guilty, she contends. Do not give this killer a chance at freedom. Wow. Get Rosemarie DeWitt's award ready. All that, and the court accepts Michael's plea to be heard in a new trial. Candace charges out of the courtroom, devastated. And then Evelyn Ivins from the Innocence Project takes the stand. Rudolph proceeds to paint Dwayne Deaver as the Michael Furman of North Carolina and Michael and Kathleen as a loving couple. Michael's request for a new trial is granted. Justice for Kathleen looks like vacation photos of her sunbathing at a resort over the Christmas break with her sister Candace. It does not look like autopsy photos. So Judge Hudson accepts the plea and orders Michael's release. The Petersons celebrate. They can't get a reservation at their favorite restaurant, but Michael gets a taste at freedom. The kids reclaim their lives for the most part, or at least getting on with it. Meanwhile, Candace meets with their other sister, Lori, to vent her frustrations. She can't seem to let it go, and Lori seems to have made peace with it in a way. And then switch gears again, and we flashback to hours before Kathleen's death, daydreaming about a nice island getaway. I mean, at this point in her life, she was so exhausted and worn down and overworked and undervalued. Those little mini escapes of her daydreaming about a nice island getaway are so crushing. Back to the Peterson celebration. They're at one restaurant Michael Peterson's name could get them into. The family is a mess. We see Michael's release isn't as joyous as they thought it would be. And it's gotta be cut short because Michael has a curfew. He is fitted with an ankle monitor while he awaits his new trial. Flashback to that night. If there was a murder, it wasn't planned. Todd's home, but planning to leave to go to a holiday party with friends. Kathleen and Michael are cozy on their couch watching America's Sweetheart. So again, if there was a murder, most likely it wasn't premeditated. It was probably spur of the moment because there are witnesses that attest to Michael and Kathleen enjoying themselves leading up to the night of her death. Martha gives Margaret a photo that she took in Germany of a view from their childhood room. So thoughtful. Margaret finally reveals to Martha that Michael was going to separate them and adopt her out. Martha is stronger than Margaret thought she'd be. She takes it fairly well. At Michael's and Sophie's house, this scene. They're living together, but planning to move. They're planning to move to Paris together, but Michael's backing out. They argue, and it looks like it's going the wrong way, if you know what I mean. He violently breaks up with Sophie. This was inevitable. We all could have seen this coming. He all but admits that he was using Sophie all of these years. Lonely in jail and happy to have someone even interested in him. Package this scene up and send it over to the TV Academy because this scene is serious. Sophie watches old footage of Michael with Jean, the documentary producer, and realizes that she was being fooled the whole time. I mean, Juliette Binoche is so fantastic. She tries to convince herself that he didn't kill Kathleen, but Jean tries to make her face reality. Then we flash back to the night of Kathleen's death. No owl, no blowpoke, no restaging the staircase. Just Kathleen's last few minutes alive. Kathleen has to work, but Michael convinces her to take the night off, just chill by the pool. In this scene, in this scenario, Michael confesses his bisexuality right there by the pool. But Kathleen somehow ends up dead at the bottom of her staircase minutes later. The series closes on Michael's face, his eyes, his restrictive grimace. What does he know? What has he done? Wow. Everyone who is a part of this miniseries should be extremely proud. It was so well done, so polished. The scripts, the actors, everyone was fantastic. I expect this series to dominate the Emmys. I don't see a scenario where they don't pretty much sweep. It was so well done. I mean, HBO. We expect this level of excellence from HBO. Phenomenal job. I've seen this miniseries and I've seen the docu-series and read articles, and I gotta tell you, I'm in the majority who believe that Kathleen was murdered. The evidence is overwhelming. She was murdered. And again, justice for Kathleen was her alive, retired right now. Maybe the stocks turned around and she was able to live. I mean, she was probably planning to leave Michael. So justice for her was probably freedom, enjoying, her later years in life. Alive. That's justice for Kathleen Peterson. Thank you so much. If you stuck around this long, I certainly appreciate you. Please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And until next time, peace.